I'll bet you've already moved on to thinking about some experiment. I'll make you pay for thinking I can be ignored. You have magic, but no control. No more will others pay the price for your tantrums, Lillian. Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at Dolphin21 on Twitter and on Twitch and YouTube. I got distracted by Seamus. On Twitch and YouTube, it is Dolphin with no digits. Sentinels of the Multiverse, One Deck Dungeon, Bottom of the Ninth, and Aeon's End are available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, as well as Analog, Cardboard, Ink, and Dice, and you can get the games and more info at Handelabra.com. Hello, and welcome to the 5-year Sentinels of the Multiverse digital release anniversary. Woo! It's been fun. There have been some reruns on this channel for the past 2 days, I believe. And I've been seeing some classic moments, some of the old listening parties, some nice to go back and revisit the music as well as the twists or surprises, I guess is the word, for each of those listening parties, like when the season 2 was announced at the end of the Wrath of the Cosmos listening party. That was fun. Also, I think the reveal of Tachyon's character song theme song, Tachyon's theme song, I think also appeared in one of those. I didn't actually see that one though, but I know that earlier this week there was a listening party for some of the season 1 heroes. I didn't actually get around to listening to that because I missed it because I was working, because I teach for a living. But you can go and listen to that. I think it is on YouTube now, so you can go and watch that. You don't need to try to find the VOD or have a subscription in order to get to the VOD. I think you can watch it now. But in any case, it is the 5-year anniversary, and so we're going to be playing Sentinels today. We haven't done a full Sentinel stream besides Oblivion for a long time, and I realized that when I was setting out the stream, I was like, weren't we doing Summer of the Challenges? Well, it is now October 18th, so it's no longer the summer, and we're in the middle of Rook City as far as that goes, so we kind of have to get caught up. It's now the fall of the challenges, I suppose. And I had to go and revisit some of the older videos to see where we were at, and I think that we still had to beat the Matriarch. Out of the Rook City villains, not variants, but Rook City villains, we did beat Base Bite, we beat Plague Rat, and we beat Chairman. We still have to beat Matriarch. So to remind some of the people who have forgotten or are new to what my challenge rules are, obviously we have to be playing on challenge difficulty. So on Matriarch's challenge rules, domain cards are indestructible. It's not ultimate. We did do Summer of the Ultimates last summer, but we're doing challenge mode with some extra conditions to make it a little bit more fun. The goal isn't necessarily to make it super hard, but just to put some restrictions in. And some of the restrictions are that we have to have a 3-hero team, so H equals 3 for all of these matches. That we have to play with only decks from the corresponding expansions, so Matriarch has to be fought with Mr. Fixer and Expatriate in either Rook City or Pike Industrial Complex. And I'm going with Rook City since we already used Pike twice. And the leader has to be the Nemesis, so Matriarch has to lead against Tachyon. And yeah, I believe that's all it. So challenge mode, 3 heroes, decks exclusive to that expansion, leader must be Nemesis. And in this case, that forces the team to be Tachyon, Fixer, and Expatriate. But in other games, we will be very limited with or not limited, we won't be as limited. The 3rd hero can be a bit free. Like against Chairman, our 3rd hero was a bit more free. I don't remember what we actually used against the Chairman. But all right, so we're going to be going ahead and continue on with the fall of the challenges. Tachyon is starting with a Fleet of Foot, High Goggles, Hypersonic Assault, and Supersonic Response. Very good start for Tachyon. Darkwatch Mr. Fixer has a Charge, Dual Crowbars, Grease Monkey Fist, and Meditation. Very good start for Darkwatch Mr. Fixer. And Expatriate has a Hair Trigger Reflexes, Hollow Points, Tactical Shotgun, and Unload. Another good start for her. I would kind of prefer her to have the submachine gun, though, to be able to take down the birds. Submachine gun, although I guess we do have a hypersonic assault, we can deal with the birds when we need to. Fixer has dual crowbars and grease monkey fist for maximum damage. But since we are playing with Dark Watch Mr. Fixer, we do have to be careful with destroying cards. And if we want him to play something and keep it out, we would probably have to destroy Tachyon's Hug Goggles, which she doesn't have too many cards to begin with right now, so she probably doesn't need that immediately. So Matriarch's challenge rule, for those who have forgotten from when I read this 3 minutes ago, domain cards are indestructible. That does not mean that the cohorts are indestructible, which is the advanced rule on the front side. But the domains are indestructible, so carrion fields, when they enter play, they will be in play for the remainder of the game. So whenever we destroy a foul card, this card deals each hero target except the hero target with the highest HP 1 toxic damage. So that's going to be fun. Let's see what we're starting with. Mask of the Matriarch, which means that she's going to play at least 2 cards. She plays a foul, and a foul, and a foul, and a domain, which is indestructible, and a foul, and a foul, and a foul, and a cohort, which is going to destroy 1 hero ongoing or equipment cards until we take it out. So there we are. Turn 1. Okay, so we do have that hypersonic assault. We have 7 fouls. She's going to retaliate for only 1 damage if we take them out. Our only AoE is hypersonic assault. So which are the ones we have? We have 2 kettles of vultures, which are going to hit the lowest for 2 each. And then Flattering of Jackdaws hits each for 1. Murder of Crows deals each except the highest for 1. Building of Rooks deals the highest. And the Unkindness of Ravens hits everyone except the lowest. So we have quite the collection of birds here. I kind of don't want to go after them directly, or not directly, but I think we can hold off 1 round. Because, I mean, we have 20 plus hit points. And she does have 3 copies of Dark in the Sky, which means that if I take them all out, she could bring them all back pretty quickly. So I kind of want to hold off on taking them all out. But let's definitely just start with Fleet of Foot to see what we get here. Blinding Speed, Jack Handle. Oop, there's AoE. And Shock Rounds. And that's also AoE. Alright, we have more AoE options. So if I wanted to, I could Jack Handle them all away. I can't Shock Rounds them all away right now, but there's that contingency. So we probably want to take out the mask because the mask is making her play an additional card. Basically, the way to think of her is that these foul cards are just going to keep putting more and more cards out. They're not the final card. Whenever these enter play, she plays another card. But the mask says the first time a card other than a foul enters play, she also plays a card. So she plays 2 terminal cards each round while the mask is out. And if Rook City has her play a card, then she could play 2 terminal cards on the environment turn. So we really want to get rid of the mask as fast as we can. Now, with Fixer's dual crowbars, we could do 5 to it if we bounce off of Hugin and or Matriarch. Tactical Shotgun will do 4 damage. So actually, between Fixer and Expat, we can take out the mask. So Tachyon isn't as needed, but if I do Supersonic on Hugin, and then Fixer does his Terminal Blow on Hugin, that won't be enough to take him out. But if I do Blitz, which deals 1 damage, I could do 2 + 1 to Hugin, and then Fixer's Initial will take out Hugin, and the Terminal on Mask, and then Expat can finish her off. This will keep all the birds in play. I don't want to hit that one. I want to hit this one. This will be keeping all the birds in play. But I think we can survive 1 round with the birds. I don't need this just yet. I kind of want to save all the Blitz action for hitting Matriarch directly, because Tachyon will have a Nemesis bonus against her. So this plan will require me to take out the Hug Goggles, but Tachyon doesn't have enough card plays right now, so that should be fine. And if worse comes to worst, we might eventually be able to get equipment cards back into hand with Salvage Yard. Because we kind of want to keep Fixer set up, although, I mean, he might want Jack Handle over the other one, but Jack Handle, I mean, not Jack Handle, but Dual Crowbars is pretty nice. Toxic Sludge. This is hitting Carrion Fields, which is indestructible. But it being indestructible can help us because we can try to arrange it so the following statuaries will only ever hit a Carrion Fields with negative HP. But that requires us to get a Carrion Fields with negative HP, which is not necessarily fun. Alright, so this hits each except the hero with the highest. The next one hits each except the hero with the lowest, so that's not going to change a decision. This deals each. This deals the highest. And we disconnected. Stay tuned. So when that happens, I have to refresh this for this to work. So the first attempt failed, and now it's going to reconnect in 10 seconds. You ever wonder what it's like when I get a disconnect on my side? It's not fun. Okay, reconnection successful. Let me see when this reappears on my end. I see myself. Okay, sorry about that. That's, I don't know what caused that. We have that frequently, and it's annoying, but I don't know how to fix it. Alright, so let's see. So I think, I mean, this decision is going to, so the decision we were on, if we were off at that moment, this hits each except the hero with the highest. Whoever we consider to be the highest is the one that's going to get the extra hit here. Because then they're going to be hit here. That's really the only difference. So I think we kind of want Fixer to be higher because we do have Driving Mantis, and I really love Driving Mantis. We could redirect hits from him to other things. So we want Fixer to take the smaller hit, which means we need him to take this hit. And then the rest is forced. Unkindness of Ravens, Flattering of Jackdaws, Murder of Crows, and Darken the Sky. Which is why we did not destroy Fells. So how many terminal cards does she have? She has a Carrion Fields, she has 2 Darken the Skies, she has 2 Horror Cacophonies, and she has a Munin. So all of those are pretty terrible terminal cards, but imagine if we hadn't gotten rid of the mask, we would be seeing another one of these this turn. So it's kind of the same situation as last time. We need to take out the mask. But I think at this moment with 10 fouls, we probably want to wipe the board. And we can certainly do so very easily with Hypersonic Assault. So let's stop Matriarch from reacting, let's stop Carrion Fields from reacting, and then let's hit the rest of them, and then it's going to cause a bunch of decisions that don't matter. We want the damage dealt, and then the rest of this will just be automatic. So this is what I used is the feature that Handelabra introduced relatively recently. I don't remember exactly when it came out, but I know it wasn't for a while because Matriarch was definitely some digital players' least favorite heroes because the frequent decision making got to people's nerves, especially in multiplayer games when you have to vote on everything. It can definitely get very annoying there. But the repeated decisions do help tremendously with reducing a lot of the monotony here. Okay, so I think Fixer's terminal hit on Matriarch and Tactical Shotgun on the Mask will be enough to deal with those. And Hair Trigger Reflexes will be very nice to have on a turn where Matriarch and Carrion Fields cannot deal damage, because this will one-shot a foul, which means we won't have to deal with it later. We won't even have to worry about the AoE, but we have to be very careful about actually, being dealt too much damage as the result. So, Mask is fine. This is probably a good opportunity to just utilize Blitz while we have it. I guess there could be a reason to hold off on this to power up a Lightspeed Barrage, but I kind of just want to get the game done as fast as possible. So let's take advantage of the +1 we have here while we don't have, Munin, or whichever one is the other one. I don't remember which one we saw. We saw Hugin. So yeah, Munin is the one. When Munin comes out, is going to be awful. The flaw with my idea, though, is that I actually have to destroy something. So, I guess what that means is that I have to play something that I don't want to keep out. So I want to have Driving Mantis. I guess Grease Monkey Fist would be cool and all, but Driving Mantis keeps Fixer alive. A Grease Monkey Fist makes for more damage, right? We are all about the damage. I'm gonna Grease Monkey Fist, because I don't think that straight up damage increase is necessarily the best idea in all situations. It certainly helps, but sometimes a better offense is a strong defense. So Pipe Wrench combos really well with Driving Mantis, but I'm happy with what I have. Alright, Hair Trigger Reflexes, and then I will take out the Mask. Alright, someone wants to discard a card for this, because we don't want to do another round of 5 damage. I guess that will hit the Matriarch twice, but we'll also hit Tachyon twice, and the others twice, and that's just annoying. And I think, even though we would like to destroy or get rid of some of Tachyon's bursts, I don't know why my window's freaking out. This just happened again where OBS did this thing. I hope that OBS is not freaking out on me. Let me do a quick check to make sure I'm still online. Okay. Yeah, I see myself. Because OBS just keeps doing this thing where it minimizes and then re-maximizes, and now I'm scared that OBS isn't working. Maybe I'm not even live. Maybe I'm just full of myself. Maybe no one's here watching me right now. Yeah, so we want to get rid of this, and I think there's equipments are probably the best to get rid of, because we could eventually get Salvage Yard to get them back. I like the ammo cards because Fixer hey Jay-Z. Alright, someone's watching me. Yes. The ammo cards, although I don't have another gun to put next to them, those are nice cards for Fixer to eat. So I guess it's between Jack Handle and Pipe Wrench, and Jack Handle has a little more use since it can wipe the board. Although Pipe Wrench would also stop Matriarch from hitting Fixer when we're taking out all the birds. Decisions. I'll get rid of Incendiary Rounds. I guess it's not too likely I'm going to play 3 ammo cards, and Incendiary Rounds is the least useful of those. How are you doing tonight, Jay-Z? Oh. Well, the good news is that we can take these out. Let's hair trigger reflexes first. People may not realize this is live versus more rerun. Indeed, that is a little bit of a flaw with the frequent reruns, but at the same time, everyone's used to Friday Night Dolphins dive, so they should remember it's me. But if it's not, it's fine. You know, we'll just have a nice cozy little continuation of Fall of the Challenges. So this is retaliations, so this doesn't matter because neither of these guys can deal damage. So they can just do those effects. And we're going to... Why did I not take out Building of Rooks when that happened? Why? I'm going to call a bug. Because I was definitely supposed to take out Murder of Crows. Hair trigger reflexes goes off, yes. And then let's not do automatic decision making. Building of Rooks. There we go. Then the hair trigger reflexes. I guess there was a bug with... I guess because I had automated choose for me, which made the game think I wanted to choose everything for me. Okay. Well, there we go. So hair trigger reflexes is gone. And hair trigger reflexes is still gone, but that was her second horror cacophony. Which is good because she's not going to play another one. Less good is that she can still darken the skies, and we don't have a hypersonic assault, and we don't have a hair trigger reflexes, but that's less important. Okay, at the start of the environment turn, a villain character card with the highest HP deals each hero target 2 melee damage, then destroy this card. And we can't mitigate that. I mean, Fixer could Driving Mantis it away, but the others would take it. So that's probably a good opportunity to Blinding Speed. And then we can hit on Matriarch. Hey, girl. You're looking good today. See, because I said hit on. Ha! It's funny because I'm hitting on Matriarch. Yeah. All right. So Fixer can't do anything unless he takes out one of his own things again. I mean, he could do charge and then not use a power, but I think we want to have something out. So let's put out Driving Mantis, and then he will meditate. Hoist Chain is also a good card for Fixer there. But let's see. Let's get out another gun. The Prejudice. And I would shotgun, but I kind of want to get stuff for Fixer to eat. Because Tachyon's not currently doing much in that regard. So let's play an ammo card. Let's keep the AoE card in case I need it, and let's do hollow points. And in case I decide not to destroy hollow points, let's put that on Tactical Shotgun. Blighted Streets? Uh-oh. That's an annoying one. Because when that card gets destroyed, she plays cards, which is very bad. And Darken the Skies comes out, which is also bad. Because we can't really mitigate much here. Oh boy. This is when you start feeling overwhelmed when all the birds come back. At least we haven't gotten Munin. Accelerated Assault would take them out. It would also hit Tachyon 12 times. Carrion Fields would hit Tachyon 4. Oh, actually, it's even worse than that. Well, she would get hit 12 times, but 12 plus 1, or 12 times 1 plus 1. So it's going to be 24 hits. So Tachyon would be dead. But at the same time, we're dead anyway because of Blighted Streets. I think we have to take this out if we want any reasonable chance of surviving. And we could discard 2 cards to destroy it, or I could blinding speed it. And let's see what happens here. Owl and Darken the Sky number 3. Which, by the way, we have the mask. Oh, actually, that's a really good time to get the Munin out because you can't bring Eugen out. Okay, excellent. The bad news is we have all these things to deal with, and I don't know what I'm doing. Panic. Okay. So what can we do? Oh, and by the way, Munin, we destroyed Blighted Streets so that we could get rid of a damage increase, but Munin brings a damage increase with him. So we have to take out Munin in order to survive Matriarch's reactions, but in order to take out Munin, we need to not deal with birds. So Tachyon cannot take out Munin herself, and she can do 1 point of damage against Matriarch. I'm actually just going to throw this on the mask. And I was going to say I don't want to do that, but I might need to. I mean, if I do charge, would that be good? Charge is 2 + 1, so that'd be 3 to mask, 3 to Munin. And then Bitter Strike would do 4 to mask and 4 to Munin, and would take out Munin. And I'd have to take out something like Hollow Points, so I can do that. And then X-Pac could Shock Rounds and wipe the board, and we would barely survive, but the good news is she's not going to Darken the Skies again. At worst, we get 1 more foul that hits each hero except the one with the lowest, which is actually totally okay. Okay, so that might be fine. I can do that. If I take out, or actually, Shock Rounds would take out the mask anyway. So I don't want to do this. I could do it on Matriarch, but I still kind of want to preserve that for when it's a full 2 versus not 2. Okay, so then Munin. The nice thing here is that we're not going to have to deal with both of the cohorts at once. I could take out Prejudice, I guess. But if I take out Prejudice, then I can't play Shock Rounds. So Shock Rounds, put that on the shotgun. Make it the shotgun, huh? Huh? Okay, and then that will one-shot everything. And I don't think order is going to matter. This will be a choose for me. This will be damage. Oh, that's a redirect. This will be a choose for me. And now I get to sit back and sip on my drink. Just had a thought that I could put a thing on my stream saying this is actually live, and then when this video gets rebroadcast for the 6-year anniversary, then people will see that and be like, it's actually live, except it's not. So then people will get confused anyway. Oh, is Tachyon actually gonna be going down? I thought I mathed it that she was going to survive. I guess not. Well, I should have bursted then. If I lose by 1 HP, then I know where I lost to. All right, Carrion Fields is second lowest, yes. And it's actually convenient that Tachyon went down, because otherwise that would have hit Expatriate. All right, so she did not play a foul. That's good. Select a player that may play an extra card during their next play phase. Select a player that may draw an extra card during their next draw phase. Or put the top card of a hero's trash into their player's hand. So that's actually kind of nice, because we could recycle charge or shock rounds. Playing an additional card on Fixer's turn isn't going to do me too much. Because we kind of, like, so Fixer is going to have to destroy something, right? That's the problem. Expat isn't providing anything for Fixer to destroy, but if she had an extra play, she could arsenal access and unload. And maybe she'd have 3 guns. Fixer could meditate and get the +1 back. This can reach from the trash to get that Grease Monkey Fist. Is that +1 going to help? I mean, remember when I said +1s don't necessarily help? Well, that would do 2 extra damage to Matriarch. We could do 3 + 2 + 2, which is 7 to Matriarch, and Expat could do 4. I kind of feel like we need to cycle the shock rounds. Oh, I don't really know what to do here. I guess I could Pipe Wrench and destroy Pipe Wrench and keep the dual crowbars. If I meditate, I destroy Driving Mantis, but if I play Pipe Wrench, I get the dual crowbars back in my hand. Because Tools returns tools to hand, Styles destroys all other styles. I don't feel like Hoist Chain is going to be too helpful, except for, like, if she plays Horror Cacophony, which Fixer would redirect anyway, and that's the more important one. Yeah, let's do Pipe Wrench and destroy Pipe Wrench. And I could get Pipe Wrench in hand from Tachyon, but I could also... I guess Shock Rounds isn't going to be around. What's the next one? Hollow Points? So I guess, like, we could just do this thing where Tachyon puts ammos back in Expat's hand for Fixer to blow up. That's tragic. Alright, so now the reshuffle, which means Matriarch flips, and now she regains HP every time a foul enters play. Alright, so Dark in the Sky, that's good. Now when fouls get destroyed, Matriarch deals damage to the lowest, which will be Expat. So if I take out these fouls, then expat will be hit 3 times, and carrion fields will also hit them 3 times. But if the fouls go off for this round, it's not as much damage. So I think we kind of have to sacrifice expat. Let's try to get carrion fields number 2 to be the second lowest HP for future falling statuaries. But yeah, I feel like we're going to be sacrificing expat. She should survive the next round. So I want to keep doing sacrificial cards for Fixer then. Scum and Villainy is not a good card right now. Remember when I said she should survive? She's not surviving now. I mean, she might survive, but now she's not surviving. Definitely not surviving. In fact, Fixer might not survive now. And, well, we didn't destroy any fouls, so that did nothing. This can redirect, but that doesn't really do me much good. Well, the good news is we survived. The bad news is we're not going to survive. Alright. Well, I guess Fixer's going to go out in a blaze of glory here because we don't really have much that he can do. Play an extra card, draw an extra card, or put Pipe Wrench in hand. I guess Pipe Wrench could theoretically keep Fixer alive. But it's not a it's not going to be a permanent fix cuz you can destroy one of the birds. Yeah, we could do that. Because we can redirect the retaliation. Let's take out the one that's going to hit Fixer. Because Carrion Fields deals each hero target except the hero target with the highest HP, which, by the way, if there's only one hero target, they do nothing. The Murder of Crows is also not going to do anything. And the Unkindness of Ravens is also not going to do anything. Those birds are now permanently ineffectual. Scum and Villainy goes off, but I can redirect this, and I really need to get rid of Munin for survivability. Scum and Villainy number 2 or 3. I think it was 3. And also Mask is not a good card for that to play because that kind of defeats everything. Put all the fouls into play. It's actually the third Dark in the Skies, so that's good. That's not good. But I can still salvage this, except not really. Can I gotta move, or no, I have a meditation. But I can't really play anything else if I want to keep myself alive. We'll take Driving Mantis and play Driving Mantis and not use a power. And then we will destroy a kettle of vultures and try to take out Munin someday. Mask of the Matriarch is not going to get destroyed though, which kind of is not helping. But I can take out Munin, so I have that going for me, which is nice. Falling Statuary, which is actually okay. This deals the hero with the highest. Okay, yeah, Fixer's dead anyway, but hey, we tried. Watching some of the reruns reminds me of how it's not over until it's over. Actually, we might survive. I can take out the second building of rooks, which hasn't gone off yet. But there's still a horror cacophony, which would kill me. Or no, it won't, because there's only one. But Hugin coming out is not good. And Munin coming out is not good. Okay, so driving mantis is in my trash, so I gotta do that. I still have a meditation, but it has to be for a rainy day. Harmony. Awesome. That one. Now, unfortunately, these are not going to... Oh, wait, they will actually. Never mind. Because +2, -2, that's right. Let's try to hit the one that is providing all the increases. We're not going to win. Just so we're clear, we're not going to win. However, I can't redirect that. Just kidding. I could have if there weren't a +2. Oh, it's at the start of the villain turn, and they're destroying both. Okay, yeah, this is the end. This is the end. Good game. Well, the good news is she's flipping. Bad news is I'm dying to 3 damage. Take out Tony first. Okay. That was attempt 1. We're gonna be here for a while, so let's try again. Alright, this time, Freedom 5 Tachyon has an accelerated assault, quick insight, research grant, and sonic vortex. Darkwatch Mr. Fixer has a charge, 2 grease monkey fists, and an overdrive. The expatriate has an arsenal access, hair trigger reflexes, quick draw, and unload. Not really as good of a start as the previous round, but the research grant on Tachyon will actually help get her set up faster. Because we had a very distinct lack of card draw for Tachyon that game. So we kind of need to improve Tachyon's draw. We're starting with Munin and Foul and Darken the Sky. So other than Munin, that's not a bad start. Taking out Clattering Jackdaw is going to make Matriarch deal 2 damage, which isn't terrible. This deals each hero target for 1. I think we want to get that research grant out. We're not going to be able to take out the mask. Especially because Expat has a distinct lack of guns, although I guess she could quick draw. So that's 2 damage there. 4 damage here, which is 6. Accelerated Assault will do 1. I guess we could take out the mask if I utilized all my damage. So I guess we should just do that then. Because stopping those extra card draws is super vital. Not that one. I guess we could also charge. But let's do this. We will be destroying Grease Monkey Fist, but we have 2 of those. Alright, mask is gone. And she already played 1 Dark in Disguise, which means that it's a little less likely she'll get the mask out immediately again. Falling Statuary, not too useful. Foul. 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 Hyujin. Okay, well, now we're on hard mode because we have both Hyujin and Munin. I have no bursts in my trash. I have 3 fouls, but taking them out is going to result in 3 damage, and Hyujin is going to be destroying 2 equipment cards and ongoing cards. So there's lots of annoyance here. Also, they have a -2, which is very annoying. But we can make an irreducible effect happen if we get the right style. Not alternating Tiger Claw, but Riveting Crane. After Mr. Fixer damages a target, all damage dealt to that target is irreducible until the start of your next turn. So if I get out Riveting Crane and I hit Munin, damage dealt to Munin will be irreducible, so that X-Pack could do full damage to it. We would be sacrificing that style, but I mean, any cards that are out are essentially going to just get immediately destroyed. So, I mean, I could put out Research Grant, and Fixer could eat Research Grant and get his Riveting Crane and keep his Riveting Crane. And X-Pack could Arsenal access for something, I guess. I guess it'd be nice to find the shotgun or an ammo that boosts damage. And if I get the shotgun, then I'd have 2 choices. Or I'd have 3 cards in play. We could try to get Hyujin and take out 2 of the cards. So let's hope that we can do that. Draw 2, discard 1. So Blinding Speed and Synaptic Interruption. We really didn't have too many big hits. But Synaptic Interruption is an ongoing card. Blinding Speed helped with the Terrible Environment cards. Quick Insights I kind of like because they get us cards. They cycle through the deck faster, but I'll discard 1 of those and keep the Synaptic so that Fixer could eat 1 eventually. So let's meditate for the Riveting Crane. And then hit Hyujin. And now damage dealt to Hyujin is irreducible. Okay, so let's see if we can get a better thing. Hollow Points and Incendiary Rounds. Well, that is a better gun. Or not a better gun, that is more damage. It's just not exactly what I wanted, because now we're going to be losing Riveting Crane. But we can take out Hyujin, and subsequently Munin will fall a little more easily. Alright, so we're taking out one of these. Murder of Crows deals each except the highest. Building of Rooks hits the highest. I kind of like the ones that hit the highest more than the ones that hit everyone but the highest. And these are both going away anyway, so we might as well just destroy the card. Because Hyujin's going to destroy everything. Let's keep Fixer higher if we can. Foul. And Horror Cacophony. Not good to have that with the plus... Oh yeah, the +1 there, but the +2. But, okay. We have 1 burst in the trash, so Sonic Vortex is only going to hit 1 thing. But if I Lightning Reflexes, then I could play Quick Insight, which gets me Burst, Burst, and Lightspeed Barrage. And I have to discard 2 of these. So we should discard 2 bursts so I can do Sonic Vortex to 2 more targets. Or 3 more targets, actually, because Quick Insight will go in the trash. I mean, I want to keep the Synaptic Interruptions for Fixer, but I guess I can lose 1 of those and lose a Blinding Speed. Because we're obviously keeping Lightspeed Barrage, there's no question there. We're going to play Sonic Vortex. We're going to take out Hyujin while his damage is irreducible, and that's excellent. Now Munin. Oh. I hit the wrong thing! Ow! No! I hit the wrong one! I wanted to hit the one. I can't go back, it's too late. I wanted to hit the one that provided a damage reduction. Oh well, too late. I still have a... Oh, I don't have a meditation. Okay. But we might be fine. Oh, we have a shotgun. Okay, we're fine. And each except the lowest, the highest for 2. Let's hit the highest for 2. This is going to cause a retaliation, but that's fine. It's actually the exact same amount of damage. Okay, I can't hit Munin with this. It's not ideal, but it's not terrible. We will have both of the cohorts in the trash. And we haven't been getting too many fouls, so a Dark in the Sky isn't going to be terrible. So what do I need to do here? I think Fixer could do it with just 3 damage. 3 minus 1 is 2. Put Munin down to 3. Tactical Shotgun, 4 minus 1 is 3, and we'll destroy Munin. And we have no cards in play right now. So this is actually an acceptable time to overdrive. I mean, there's never not an unacceptable time to overdrive, but I can do this without destroying anything. And Munin will be taken out by the shotgun, so let's throw this on Matriarch. I'm not going to worry about those 2 fouls, because they're only 2 fouls. Okay, the cohorts are gone. If I had done it a little better, Matriarch would have a little less damage, or a little less HP, but oh well. Can't cry over spilt milk. What happened, happened. I just need to double check that I'm actually hitting the right thing. Keep Fixer higher. Foul. Dark in the Sky. Okay, so that's the second Dark in the Sky. And we have only 6 fouls, so that's not too bad. Oh, we have the Hug Goggles. So we do have AoE with the submachine gun. We don't have damage reduction. And our goal is really to take out the mask, so... So we're not really worried about the mask, or we're not worried about the fouls as much as we are the mask. So Hug Goggles for sure. And I got Synaptic for Fixer to eat it. We could also play Toolbox and destroy that. Expat will provide 4 damage to the mask, so we have to do 5 damage to it, and Tachyon can provide 1, although we would prefer it on the Matriarch because that's 2. Lightspeed Barrage will do 4. Actually, so if Fixer destroys the Synaptic Interruption, you could play Grease Monkey Fist and keep it out. And that would make Fixer deal 4 damage. And then the shotgun would deal 4, and Tachyon can deal 1, and that's enough to take out the mask. So let's do the Synaptic for Fixer to destroy that. And let's keep those in the trash while we have the Lightspeed Barrage. Especially when we have 2 Lightspeed Barrages. Cause like Blitz is nice, but we don't need to use it immediately. We can use it in emergency situations. But the 2 damage to Matriarch each round is excellent. The 2 damage for each burst card moved is excellent, but it doesn't matter if I do it now versus later, because we're not going to get more damage increases, and we're not going to see the cohorts for a while. Why did it allow me to stop dealing damage? says Mr. Fixer deals 1 target 3 melee damage. Right? You gave me an option to stop dealing damage? That's not how this works. This damage is forced. This does not say you may deal 1 target 1 damage. Bug. See, even after 5 years, there's still bugs in this game. But that doesn't make it a terrible game. It's just... okay, so... air trigger reflexes, and then... I could consider taking out fouls. Speed loading is nice. Nice a card for Fixer to eat. We do want to destroy this. I don't want to ditch blinding speed because there's worse cards, and then light speed barrages are being kept. Charges, harmony, toolbox, black jacket, speed loading, submachine gun, unload. Those are all nice cards, but I don't think I'll be playing all 4 of them eventually. Speed loading, if I had ammo in hand, would be nice, but I don't have ammo in hand. Let's get rid of speed loading. Yeah, blighted streets. Except the hero with the lowest. It's actually a really not good time to have a blighted streets with all these fouls, because 1 damage from these fouls is not bad, but 2 damage from these fouls is pretty bad. And if I take them out, then we get dealt for 2 damage, so I think I'm gonna leave them in. You can hit that, whatever. You're not gonna hit that. Yeah, this is not really good. Let's blinding speed. This is going to result in more card plays, but we won't have a +1. And that's not terrible. So we do have a submachine gun, but that's going to kill. Now we have 2 carrion fields. That's going to kill people. But we're going to get people killed anyway, so I think this game's over. So I'm going to have a light speed barrage and go out in a blaze of bullets. Because I think the fouls, I'm not even going to math it. I think the fouls are essentially going to take us out. I hate to cry foul, but... I'm just going to go ahead and do this and assume that we're not going to last. Now, if I were to think a little harder, which I could easily do, and I probably should do, I could possibly survive. And if I'm going to survive, especially if Tachyon survives, then we could have her save these bursts for the next round, and then she could Lightspeed Barrage again. But I'm just going to assume we're not making it. So I'm going to do as much damage as I can do at once. I'm not even going to worry about anything else. I'm just going to hit things. We're going to go out Jeremy style. Except I'll flakjack it just in case. Just in case I can use that one. Twisting back alleys. Definitely not what I want. And I definitely don't want to play the top card of both decks. Because what can happen here? Dark in the Sky, we have no fouls, but we do have a mask, and that would be terrible. And a chord cacophony. 50-50 chance of one of those. I'm not doing that because if I play one, then the other gets played anyway, so it's not really worth doing. But if the mask comes out, then we get extra cards. Hits the hero with the highest. And there's expat. And there's Horrid Cacophony, which takes out Tachyon. So we're in the same situation that we were in the last game, except we don't have damage mitigation for Fixer. So this is a worse situation than last time. Top card of your deck is a Grease Monkey Fist. Yeah, we're not making it. You can play an extra card. It says this turn, but it doesn't mean this turn. Yeah, the +1 is not doing much with dual crowbars. Or rather, the -1 is negating the +1, so I'm hitting 2 targets for the stated damage, which makes it tragic. And Scum and Villainy gets us the mask eventually. Okay, this is a hard game. Welcome to the 5-year anniversary stream where I'm going to be trying Matriarch and Rook City with these 3 heroes until I eventually win. But hey, maybe John will make this the one-shot next week. Let's try this again. Tachyon has Fleet of Foot, Hug Goggles, Lightspeed Barrage, Nimble Strike. Fixer has Grease Gun, Grease Monkey Fist, Meditation, Overdrive. Expatriate has Flak Jacket, Hair Trigger Reflexes, RPG Launcher, Tactical Shotgun. So I like the Grease Gun. That can avoid damage. We didn't have any damage prevention that last game, so we were steadily losing HP. We don't have AoE. Fleet of Foot might get us that, though. So let's see. Dark in the Sky number 1. And Hugin. Okay, so start with the Fleet of Foot. You get Sucker Punch, dual crowbars, that's good. Reload. And then play the Hug Goggles for sure. And then I guess it's Nimble Strike, because that's the only card that makes sense. So what can we do here? Dual crowbars will deal 5 damage to the mask. Shotgun would do 4 damage to the mask. We're not going to be able to take out Hugin. But that's kind of how it's been anyway, so I guess maybe we could. Actually, we might. I mean, I think we can if I do this burst thing again. Because I was counting this with Fixer's terminal hit on the mask. So that's going to be 5 on the mask, 4 from Expat. So that initial hit will be 4 on Hugin. So if I move a card, then I can do this. And there's some AoE there. So now this will take out Hugin. Takes out the mask. And Tachyon does not have card draw capability right now. And keeping Fixer's things in play tends to be helpful. So I guess we're going to get rid of Hug Goggles. Someday we will have a setup Tachyon. Alright, so 4 fouls. Scum and Villainy, play a card out of turn, not very good. Carrion Fields is innocuous. It's the out of turn card plays that are making this match hard, but that's true for every villain. Any villain that plays a card out of turn is going to be a harder villain. Like Omnitron with out of turn card plays or environment card plays is really bad. Because you can get an EPE out of turn and be dealt 15 damage immediately. And then Munin brings out Hugins. We spent all that time getting rid of Hugin just for Hugin to come back, and that's really not good. The good news is the mask didn't come back. The bad news is we don't really have a means of dealing with Hugin or Munin, and Scum and Villainy is going to deal 2+2 when we have, well, we have an RPG launcher. Okay. So that's something we can do. We're probably going to have to meditate. If I meditate and I get the riveting crane, the problem with that is I can't actually damage both Hugin and Munin with that, because 3 + 1 - 2 is 2, and then the second hit would be 2 + 1 - 2, which is 1. No, it would work. We would be able to get damage reduction on both Munin and Hugin. And if I RPG launch, then I could do 2 damage. So one of these will have 2. One of these will have 1, and then 2 and 2, so 3 and 4. You really don't want to do that, though. Because I can't do enough damage with any of these other ones. This is going to do 1, this is going to do 1. This will take out a target with 2 or fewer, which will make Matriarch react on Fixer for destruction or 3 damage. So those aren't good cards. I think Tachyon's going to skip because she can't do anything useful here. She could put bursts in her trash, but that's it. But those bursts would result in retaliations. If I Grease Gun... I stop Scum and Villainy. I stop the fouls. Hugin destroys cards at the start of his turn, and he could destroy Grease Gun at that point. Although I guess I'm RPG launchering the Scum and Villainy. But I guess I don't have to if I'm going to use Grease Gun. But is that going to help at all, though? Because we're still going to have the problem that I can't do enough damage. Although if I Grease Gun and I Tactical Shotgun, if I do 2 damage to one of them, 2 damage, 2 damage, one of these will be down to 1. Is there a way that I could do an extra point of damage on Fixer's turn? See, because I'm thinking, so if Expat uses Tactical Shotgun on this turn, she can do 2 damage without damage irreducibility. She doesn't have a means of doing extra damage right now. So we could like put out Flak Jacket, or we could put out Hair Trigger Reflexes. Hair Trigger Reflexes actually be a great card play while things can't deal damage. But we could only do 2 points of damage to, say, Munin. Oh, because then I don't need to meditate for alternating or riveting crane. I could do it for alternating Tiger Claw, make damage by Fixer irreducible, and then he could do 4 to Hugin, 5 to Munin. And if I do that, Munin will be taken out, Hugin will be down to 3, and we could shotgun the other one. The problem with that plan, though, is I have to destroy 2 cards. Although I guess I could destroy Hair Trigger Reflexes. I mean, Grease Gun and Hair Trigger Reflexes would be the 2 cards. That might work. So I'm stopping this. I'm not doing this, because I can't take out both Hugin and Munin this round if I do that. If I do Hair Trigger Reflexes and I do this hit on the one that reduces damage, we're not going to screw it up this time. It's this one. Then we should be able to one-shot Munin with Fixer's irreducibility. Toxic Sludge. So Grease Gun stops non-hero targets, right? Yeah, so this is still going to go off. But it doesn't do that much. We'll actually do 3 points of damage, but not to the cohorts, so it doesn't actually help us that much. But we have hair trigger reflexes, so I can one-shot everything. Actually, no, I can't because I'm destroying hair trigger reflexes now. Destroy Grease Gun, destroy hair trigger reflexes. All right, but that's okay. Horror Cacophony. Does that screw up my plans? No, because we had nothing. We had hair trigger reflexes, but we destroyed it, so it was gonna get destroyed anyway. Okay. So, you could play a Synaptic, and Fixer could destroy the Synaptic, and then we could keep things out. Although I don't really need the irreducibility one after I take out Hugin and Munin. But I don't need to Sucker Punch. I have been dealt damage by Matriarch, but that's only going to do 1 and 1, which is pitiful. If I accelerated Assault, that's awful. So I'm going to Synaptic Interruption. And I don't want to take out a Foul, but I can at least hit at Carrion Fields, not to destroy it, but to make it more likely to be targeted by Falling Statuary. So now let's get the irreducible one, the one that makes Fixers irreducible. And then let's do the extra big hit to Munin. And I'll keep the Synaptic. I'll destroy Alternating Tire Claw so I could put Grease Monkey Fist out next turn. Do I need to RPG launch this? I don't think I do. I'm going to Flak Jacket. Take out Hugin. Okay. So we lost our damage prevention needs, or damage preventability. But we do have some liquid nitrogen rounds. We just would prefer that to be on the submachine gun, which we don't have. Discard. Yeah, let's discard a Sucker Punch. Speaking of Falling Statuary, this is going to go off, and that's going to trigger Matriarch and Carrion Fields. The one that I want to get rid of the most is the Kettle of Vultures, but we don't have those. So which one's the next worst one? This will deal each one. This will deal each except the lowest, each except the highest. And the highest for 2. So I think the Clattering of Jackdaws is going to do a total of 3 damage, which is the worst across all of them. And ultimately, it's just doing equal damage to Matriarch and Carrion Fields here. So if you can play your last Dark in the Skies, I'd be pretty happy, because then I could consider wiping the board. Although this is pretty scary. Maybe I don't want to consider wiping the board. Well, there's Dark in the Skies. 3, 7, 10. Yeah, we would die if I accelerated Assault. But we don't have a means of avoiding things right now. We have not done a lot of damage to Matriarch, but we can't really do anything right now to avoid. Like, all of this is going to hurt. But I can't do anything unless I draw a damage prevention or something else. Like, I could liquid nitrogen rounds on Expat, which would stop Matriarch's retaliation, but it wouldn't stop Carrion Fields, which would wipe out everyone except someone. And then we're back in the situation that stinks. So I don't want Accelerated Assault. I don't want a Sucker Punch. There are 2 bursts in my trash. That's tragic. Supersonic response. We have not been dealt damage by Matriarch, which is tragic. So let's actually think here. Unkindness of Ravens will not hit Tachyon, and then everyone will be tied. This will hit all except 1. All except 1. All except 1. Each. All except 1. Highest. Highest. Each. Oh, I don't know. Are we gonna survive? I don't know. It's possible. Well, let's operate under the assumption that we'll survive because we don't have an alternative right now. So let's Lightning Reflexes. Let's Sucker Punch. Let's Sucker Punch 1. That's going to hit everyone because it's going to do equal damage. I don't think there was a way of ordering that to get Matriarch to hit Tachyon for the supersonic response hit. But let's operate under the assumption that we will survive. And by the way, I probably should have thought about the mask, but I guess Fixer and X-Pac can take care of that. Fixer could solely take care of it if he charges. And that's preferable because I want to do liquid nitrogen rounds. Actually, let's destroy Synaptic, because we're operating under the assumption that we will have one more round, which means that we would want to be able to have more bursts in the trash. Hoist Chain is good. Okay, so liquid nitrogen. So if we're going to survive, and if I can survive an accelerated assault, then I want to liquid nitrogen the carrion fields, because then that would do less damage. This is going to do 2 for each foul, whereas Matriarch does 1 for each foul. Tony Taurus. I guess it's Horror Cacophony. But it's not really good because I guess it's not going to destroy ongoings, but it's also going to do 1 damage, which is not good. Yeah, we don't want to hit those. This would be nice if Fixer had a Pipe Wrench and Grease Monkey Fist. They're not Driving Mantis is what I meant. Each hero except the lowest. So operating under the assumption that we have 1 more turn, we want Tachyon to survive? Okay, well, what's happening next? Each hero except the highest? It's not going to change that decision. Each hero except the lowest, which then would flip-flop. So that this decision doesn't matter. All right, we survived. Barely. You were not going to survive the accelerated assault, though. Yeah, that's really not good. I tried. Oh, that fleet of foot would have been so nice. Yeah, we're not surviving another round of fouls. I can't survive taking out fouls. So all I can really do is overdrive. That's better than Grease Monkey Fist. And for maximum damage, I'm destroying Tony. I'm going to throw Tony at the matriarch. Take that. All right, we got her down to 23 this game. A little bit closer than the previous games, I think. And now just for, you know, just for maximum embarrassment, let's have a Blighted Streets to take us out. All right, take 4. Welcome to the Dolphins Die 5-year anniversary show, where we're gonna play the matriarch 5 times with the same team each time. All right, game number 4. We have Accelerated Assault, Blinding Speed, Lightspeed Barrage, Synaptic Interruption, Dual Crowbars, Grease Gun, Overdrive, Salvage Yard, Assault Rifle, Hair Trigger Reflexes, Prejudice, and Quick Draw. Some interesting things there. I don't know if we have the damage this time from the mask. But we had a tame start, Carrion Fields, and a Dark in the Sky with 1 foul. So we could Accelerated Assault and take out the foul and do 1 damage to the mask. And then we could do 2 damage to the mask with 2 blitzes. That'll put it down to 6. Dual crowbars will do 5 damage to it. Yeah, we have damage for it. What am I talking about? Assault Rifle, I think, is better right now. So that's 2 damage regardless. Prejudice or Pride or Assault Rifle is 2 damage. Dual Crowbars will do 4 with the initial and 5 with the terminal. So Accelerated Assault and Blitz and Terminal and Assault Rifle will do 9 damage to the mask. You'll be fine. You need about Tree Fitty. Hey, Dover. Thank you for the cheer. We are on take number 4 of Challenge Matriarch in Rook City. Whose wise idea was it to play the Matriarch in Rook City? Well, it was mine. Okay, HUD goggles, that's good. Dual Crowbars is going to get destroyed, but we could Salvage Yard it. Everybody needs their Kobayashi Maru. I'm reminded of The Office, where Dwight was asking Clark? Was that his name? He was asking Clark in season 9, like, so this is an impossible situation, what would you do? And Clark was like, that's a very interesting question. I'm just gonna Kobayashi Maru. And Dwight's like, damn it! Can I destroy this? I have Blinding Speed, so let's not play cards, because giving Matriarch out of turn card plays, as we've realized, is awful, especially when the out of turn card play is Dark in the Sky. However, that is very good. The second Dark in the Sky with only 1 foul out is very good. I have to Blinding Speed. That's like utterly necessary. However, we do not have damage as much as we did last time, which is annoying. We have 3 damage from Tachyon, we have 3 damage from Fixer, and we have 2 damage from Expat. That is the extent. I guess, no, we have Overdrive. What am I talking about? We have Overdrive. I can Blitz twice, or use this twice. However, that would destroy the Assault Rifle and the HUD goggles. So But that's necessary to get rid of the mask. We absolutely don't want the mask to have her play extra cards. So that's 3 damage, 1 damage with Blitz, and 1 damage with Prejudice. So I don't need to use Blitz again. Hypersonic Assault. Excellent. That card helps so much against the Matriarch. So much. And surprisingly, that is only the 2nd time I've gotten that card in 4 games. That seems wrong. Okay. Doesn't matter what I destroy because they're going to both be destroyed. There should be an alternate loss condition for Matriarch. If you remove every foul card from the game, it's a game over because the heroes accidentally murdered every bird on the planet and destroyed the ecosystem. That is the Matriarch crying foul, I think. Alright, Arsenal access. Scum and Villainy, ew. Foul. 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 And Horror Cacophony with no ongoings, so that's not bad. Really, whenever there's a Scum and Villainy, my worst fear is a Dark in the Sky because that gets fouls. I mean, like, it's not even the fouls that matter here, it's the mask. Because then she gets 2 extra, or she gets 2 terminal cards. Okay, so Foul, Foul, and Horror Cacophony. This might be an opportune time for the Hypersonic Assault. Although we could also Grease Gun. Like, the issue with Hypersonic Assault now is that if the 3rd Dark in the Sky comes out, we still have to destroy all the foul. The problem with Grease Gun is that Fixer can't draw a card or otherwise get set up. But he doesn't have good setup right now. He has Tire Iron. I guess he has Salvage Yard. And we can use that to get dual crowbars back. But Hypersonic Assault is my only AoE at the moment. But there's not really a guarantee that we're going to see a Dark in the Sky next turn or the turn after that, because we still have Hugin and Munin and a Carrion Fields in addition to the Dark in the Sky. Because we're either going to Hypersonic Assault or we're going to Grease Gun. Or I could just do neither because we should survive. Unless we get Scum and Villainy followed by Blighted Streets, and then that would probably kill us. Because that would be 3, that would be 3. That wouldn't hit Tachyon. That would be 2. And that wouldn't hit Tachyon. And that would be 2. That'd be 10 damage to Tachyon, plus the 2 here. She'd be down to 3, and I'll be like, oh my god, this game sucks. Yeah. If I Salvage Yard, I get Hug Goggles back. And I would like Hug Goggles. I'm gonna operate under the assumption that I should just Hypersonic Assault. That's my assumption. I'm gonna operate under the assumption that I am operating under the assumption. Because if you assume that I'm assuming that I'm operating under assumptions, then I assume the game will work out. And this doesn't matter, so let's just do that. And that. And then I think I want to... Yeah, we're going to Salvage Yard to get the Hug Goggles. And the dual crowbars. And the Assault Rifle. And then I would destroy the gun, but I mean, that's fine. Okay. And I might as well use it twice. Because, I mean, if I use it once, I already destroyed all our setups, so let's use it twice. Jack handle, there's AoE. Alright, and then... Ooh, I kind of want to hair trigger reflexes. Because if she darkens the skies, then I could just destroy all the fouls. And there's no issue. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to play a card. And let's Arsenal access and see what we get. We get... well, I guess I'm gonna assault rifle. Not really exciting, but okay, I got the assault rifle. Blighted Streets, hello. Remember when I said Blighted Streets was gonna come out? I kind of called it. Let's not do the choose for me, because that did not do what I wanted it to do. Last time I did this, it stopped after the first round, and then, yeah. Because I did the choose for me on this decision, but not the next one, so, yeah. Yeah, there was some sort of weird thing. Alright, Hug Goggles. Blighted Streets is out. I can RPG launch it, but that would probably... Oh, I can Blinding Speed it. Let's Blinding Speed it. Because the earlier we get rid of it, and the earlier we see what she does, the better. I'm just going to take these out. Although that is going to make 2 rounds of things. Do I want to do that? Because that's going to make Carrion Fields go off twice. And she could darken the skies anyway. So I think actually I'm not going to hair trigger reflexes. Actually, let's do the card plays first and then see what we get. Hugin, okay. Definitely hit you. And if that were Munin, then this would automatically be a no, because then Matriarch would be doing 1 extra damage. We haven't seen Munin, did we? No. And what cards are left? Dark in the Sky and Munins. There's a 50-50 chance that Munin's gonna come out. If I get Hugin down to 1, then I can just leave Hugin out and wait for Munin to come out, and then I can one-shot Hugin, and then Munin will be easier to take out. But with the Dark in the Sky and the 50-50 chance of it, it's not really worth taking out these things, because even though this is going to hit the lowest for 2, so will Carrion Fields. This with the hero for the highest for 2, well, Carrion Fields with the 2 lowest for 2, so let's not hit those. So now I want to get Hugin down to 1. Do I want to Grease Gun? See, I don't really know, because if she plays Dark in the Skies and she's Grease Gunned, I could hair trigger reflex all I want and it doesn't matter. If she doesn't play Dark in the Skies and I Grease Gun, I've lost it and I can't hair trigger reflexes the next Dark in the Sky. But I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. And if I do Grease Gun, then I can't have Fixer hit Hugin. And if I have Fixer hit Hugin, I might as well use dual crowbars for that. Which will do 4 damage to Hugin. So I should do this. It's better to be active than passive. I don't know. If I actively hold off on the grease gun, then it's good. All right, do I need one of these? I want to keep the hug goggles. But then I don't have the hair trigger reflexes. Well, I'm not grease gunning, so the hair trigger reflexes isn't going to do anything for me anymore. So I'm going to get rid of that. Although I do have... Yeah, let's get rid of the assault rifle because I have another one. Oh. I want pride. Or I want prejudice. Because the card art is better. Also, I forgot I have assault rifle. Doesn't matter though. I'm just gonna hit Matriarch. Because I'm not gonna hit Munin. Or Hugin. That guy. Submachine gun! Okay, that's good. I can take out fouls with that. Ambitious Racketeer. Sure. 2 hero targets for 2? Just hit the highest. Okay. Bye, prejudice. Yeah. Okay, Darken the Skies. Well. How am I gonna deal with that? Because if I submachine gun, then I hit Hugin. But if I grease gun, I could submachine them all out, and then I can worry about Hugin next turn. A problem procrastinated is a problem denied. Oh, we have to deal with the mask too. Ew. Oh, that was not one I wanted to say yes to. Fun fact. Okay, let's just fast forward through this. And I'm not doing the repeat decision because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do after all the decisions have been made, but that I'm not hitting them anyway. But hit that. But don't hit that. Okay. Yeah, we have to deal with the mask. And if Fixer is grease gunning, we don't have Fixer's damage to help us. And Expat has a grand total of 2 damage. She's going to submachine gun, so she has a grand total of 1 damage. That is exceptionally bad. But we can do 3 with Lightspeed Barrage, and we can do 4 with Blitz. Now I can do 4 with Lightspeed Barrage, and I can do 5 with Blitz. Yeah. I don't know which is better, though. I guess let's just... Yeah. Let's increase this. And we have to do 3 points of damage to it. So, 1. 2. 3. That's the first pushing the limits we found in 4 games. And now we're going to bang-a-rang. There's an XKCD about like catchphrases arranged in order of, you know, makes senseness or something. Or like, you know, like if you're going to have a finishing word as the hero in a film, you know, what sounds more or less epic? And the one that was like the second least epic was Bangarang, mother effer. So I always think Bangarang. Heck you, mother hacker. All right, so we're still alive. We have Dr. Tremata. That's the first Dr. Tremata we've seen. Statuary or sludge? I think statuary, because that will only ever hit them. They said heck you, but then bleeped out the second one. Alright, there's Munin. I want to, but it won't matter. And then Hugin. And I want to, but I can't. Okay, well, this net. And I might as well just do that, I guess. Let's hit Carrion Fields just to make him lower. I can't hit Matriarch or Munin or Hugin. So this is where it gets fun. We do not have damage irreduction. We don't have damage increase. Well, we have dual crowbars. We have overdrive. We have charge. If I charge, that's going to do 2 + 1 - 1 - 1 to the first one, and then 1 + 1 - 1 - 1. So that's going to do 1 damage. If I use base power, that's going to do 3 + 1 + 3 + 1 - 1 - 1 for 2, and then 2 + 1 - 1 - 1 for 1. So if I do that on Munin twice, that will put Munin down to 3. Which, doing that, I will overdrive twice. I would destroy 2 cards, but Eugen's going to destroy 2 cards anyway. Also, she's shuffling because she has 4 fouls. Expatriate cannot hit them. She could RPG launch. That's her grand contribution, I guess. She could RPG launch. We don't have any ammo. So she could RPG launch and then play another gun with her base power is what would be most effective. So I guess we kind of just have to get Fixer to take them out with the dual crowbars, which is pretty annoying. Actually, could I do more damage? If I hit the Carrion Fields, I could do more damage, right? Because if I do Overdrive on a Carrion Fields, that would be 3 + 1, which is 4. And then Munin would be 4 + 1 - 1 - 1, that would be 3. See, the problem with this is that I can get very close to taking out Munin, but if I do take out Munin, then Hugin will bring him back. But if I do 3 damage twice to Munin, put him within an inch of death, but not actually take him out. See, I can't have Tachyon take him out. I have a Synaptic Interruption that I could redirect from Tachyon with. But that doesn't really do me much good, because if I do the first hit on Munin, and then I hit Tachyon to redirect to Munin, it's still going to be 3. And we have to deal with the fact that Hugin is going to destroy 2 cards, which, I mean, we have various possibilities. We don't have damage prevention, so any fouls that come out, I can't really hair trigger reflexes unless I want Matriarch to hit things for 3 and for carrying fields to go off twice. I guess overdrive makes the most sense, and then I can charge the next turn. Yeah, because I think that it doesn't really, like, if I put Munin down to 1, it doesn't matter, right? Because if I put Munin down to 1, which I can do if I hit Carrion Fields first, and then hit Munin, and then Carrion Fields, and then Munin. Then when I charge the next time, I can hit Munin, take out Munin, and then I'd be able to do 2 damage to Hugin, and then I'd be able to one-shot Hugin with base power with dual crowbars, as long as dual crowbars is still there, which it should be. So, yeah, I guess that's what I want to do. So let's just keep hitting the higher ones so that falling statuaries are more likely to hit them. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna hair trigger reflexes anymore. This is 2 damage. Yeah, let's get rid of the ambitious racketeer. And can't hit you, can't hit you, can't hit you, can't hit you. So I guess I'm gonna hit the carrion fields, because when in doubt, hit the indestructible targets. And let's just play the assault rifle. I have lots of guns, but no ammo. Oh boy. I guess we're getting a scum and villainy. Okay, then 2 more cards. So I'm keeping the dual crowbars. Carrying, or we'll have gotten rid of the domains with Fixer. Ongoings are less safe because they could be Auric Cacophonied. So I want to keep pushing the limit so that Tachyon can draw more cards, but I'm probably not going to be able to keep it out anyway. And I want to keep the Hug Goggles. So I guess it's the assault rifle, because submachine gun could be used to wipe the board if we ever can maintain the damage, which we were able to briefly, and then we couldn't. But Trash is shuffled, she flips. Dark in the Sky is a beautiful first card, especially when there's no more mask in the trash. Okay, so no damage was dealt, so let's Nimble Strike first. We can't hit Matriarch, we can't hit Munin, we can't hit Hugin. And this is going to trigger a bunch of terrible effects. So I'm not going to worry about the birds. Lightspeed Barrage. 4 bursts in the trash. Well, let's make it 5. And this will actually go out. Yeah! Okay, so then charge takes out Munin, and then I can hit Hugin, and then I can hit Matriarch and Hugin, and not only are they both gone, but they will not be drawn for a while. I wanted that submachine gun, but I like the shotgun more. I like Hug Goggles too. Oh my gosh! He has a variety of tools in his hand, but that's not exciting because he doesn't have any to play right now. Alright, shotgun. This might be okay. If I can make it 2 rounds, we might win. But Scum and Villainy. Ooh, Tony Taurus. And yeah, there's no reason to do that. If I had the redirecty thingy, that would be better. Yeah, I don't like the fouls. I really don't like the fouls. Or Cacophony is okay. It's only doing 1 damage and we have no ongoings. Because we destroyed the ongoings! Okay. Deals the hero with the highest. Let's keep Fixer alive. Accept the hero with the highest. Each. Lowest. Each accept the lowest. Each accept the highest. Okay, Tachyon might not survive the next round. And Darken the Sky. Okay. This is going to do 2 damage across the board. I think my decision here is pretty simple. Quick Insight. Lightning Reflexes, Sonic Vortex, Nimble Strike. Discard Nimble Strike. And I can't really play Lightning Reflexes anyway, so I'll just discard that. And then Lightspeed Barrage, and then Blitz Matriarch to Kingdom Come. Because Tachyon's most certainly not surviving. If I try to take out the fouls, she dies. If I don't take out the fouls, she dies. However, we do have Fixer's Hoist Chain. But he can only hit 1 thing with that. And the carrion fields actually are a little more annoying than Matriarch as far as retaliations go. But Fixer should survive. I mean, he will most certainly survive if he does Pipe Wrench. And Pipe Wrench is just only going to do 1 fewer point of damage to Matriarch, but will increase Fixer's survivability by like 10-fold. So the answer here is Pipe Wrench. And yeah, we're sacrificing Tachyon. Expat, you don't have any ammos! You have not gotten any ammo, so you're just gonna be prideful, I guess, and then shoot Matriarch in the face. Okay. So what will be bad is a Blighted Streets, but Pipe Wrench would negate it. Oh, but we knew we were going to get 20 tar, so it's totally fine. And you know what's awesome is Darken the Sky when there are no fouls in the trash. Or even the mask, so that's perfect. Alright, so that's great. And that would take out Tachyon. But she's going down anyway, right? Well, let's just let her go down with the birds, because that will actually lower the damage to the other guys. Alright, there's Tacky. Oh my gosh, it's dark in the sky. Alright, we got this. Maybe. You could play an additional card on your turn, but that doesn't help you, and that doesn't really help you either. But it doesn't matter, because that's 4 damage and that's 4 damage. So how about we give an extra card draw to Fixer? Because you're in a toolbox, because you can't really do anything. You could swap out your tool, but it doesn't matter. All right, it took us 4 attempts, but we got it. And we're going to light a fire under her. And stay down. And that's how you beat Matriarch on Challenge. Oh boy, that's definitely not how you beat Matriarch on Challenge. But doing it in Rook City was also not a good idea anyway. Oh boy. But that was the rules of the game. We had to do Matriarch with Tachyon and Fixer and Expat, and I could have changed the variants, but I liked these variants. Dark Watch Fixer probably would be better as base, but I've been trying to balance, like, part of the problem here is I've been trying to balance deck usage and variant usage, and so when it came to Chairman and Plague Rat and Spite, I think I used Dark Watch Fixer once and Dark Watch Expatriate twice. So in order to make things all balanced, I had to use Dark Watch Fixer and base Expat. Tachyon could have changed variants. I guess arguably Super Scientific Tachyon could have been more useful for getting set up faster. But that blitz round with Tachyon did do a lot of damage. That was like 16 damage on blitzes alone. Because 1 + 1 is 2, times 8 is 16. But yeah, that was tough. And if this becomes next week's one shot, you can blame John, because he has a habit of doing that. After I do a terrible game, he's like, you know, Lude, how about we do a one shot based on your terrible game? Well, actually, he's only done that like twice, but 1 + 2 + 2 + 1. Well, even if that were true, it'd be 1 + 1 + 2 + 1, not 1 + 2 + 1 + 1. All right, so it is 9 o'clock. The next villain we have to fight in this mayhem is probably Variant Spite, since that's a nice lead into Infernal Relics, since that leads into Skinwalker Gloomweaver. And I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to go about that fight. Maybe I will kind of cheat and I'll make it a team of 4. Actually, no, I don't want to do team of 4. I want to stick with 3. But I was thinking maybe I could do 2 Rook City and 2 Infernal Relics and make it like a team up between Spite and Gloomweaver. But I want to stick with the 3 hero rule, because that's, you know, 3 is what makes games hard. But anyway, we're not going to do that tonight, because that's definitely a bit more of a marathon fight, and we are past 9. I'm lazy. But thanks for watching. Those of you who realized just now that this isn't a rerun, thanks for watching. This is the week of the Sentinels of the Multiverse 5-year anniversary. Sentinels of the Multiverse Digital has been out for 5 years, and I've partaken in Sentinels Digital for like 4 years and 9 months. And I've seen it from the beginnings, and I've seen it to this point, and it's definitely, you know, built up to a wonderful product now. Not that it wasn't wonderful when it began, but it was certainly a bit more limited. But now there's been so many features added, multiplayer, repeated decision making, different modes, solo villain, team villain, Oblivion, all the hero decks that have been implemented. Because let's remember that when the game was first released, all we had were these 4 villains and these 10 heroes, and there were no variants at the time in these 4 environments. That was all that was in the base game. But now, as the result of the success of the digital game and all of the Kickstarters, we have all of these heroes, we have all of these environments, and we have all of these villains, plus team mode, plus Oblivion. So it's a wonderful product. If you haven't gotten it yet, you should consider getting it. At the very least, Sentinels of the Multiverse is currently free to play on Steam for the week of the anniversary. So you should definitely give it a check. Because, I mean, if you play one game and you don't like it, whatever. You played a game and you didn't like it. It happens. But if you play it one game and you're like, man, I really wish I could play more. These are the Rook Cities. We've done all of that. We still have to do Variant Spite on Challenge, but that's not for tonight. But yeah, so be sure to check it out. And if you decide to play it, or if you've already played it but you haven't checked out the other Sentinels or other Handelabra products, they have Bottom of the Ninth and One Deck Dungeon and Aeon's End that are currently released and available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. And they are currently doing their I keep trying to remember the word, crowdsourcing. I don't want to say Kickstarter because that's not the site they're using. Indiegogo is the site, and they gave the link up here, indiegogo.com/projects/spirit-island-digital-tabletop-game. If you search for Spirit Island on Indiegogo, you'll probably find the digital fundraiser. Crowdfunding, that sounds like a much better word. Crowdfunding. Be sure to give that a back. I haven't actually checked it, and I haven't funded it myself either because I'm a terrible person. 21 days left, $25,128 raised out of 719 backers, 62% of the $40,000 goal. And yeah, you should absolutely look into this. This is another Greater Than Games game that has been well requested for a while. And actually, before they even announced Aeon's End, people were asking about Spirit Island. But now that Aeon's End has been funded and developed and officially released, now Spirit Island is on the horizon. Be sure to check that out. Be sure to check out Spirit Island, the game, to check out whether you want to actually fund the digital game, or you could have faith in Handelabra to deliver excellent products, because they have not failed on that front yet. If you are just liking this channel, be sure to give this channel a follow. I think when I go offline, we should have more reruns happening, because it's the anniversary week, and we've been doing that all week. There are other streams on this channel that happen regularly. We have Handelabra Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. with John and sometimes Jeremy, who are the two leads of Handelabra, and they can give you information about the behind the scenes of the company, the behind the scenes of the game making. They can show you content in the games before they're released, and I'm sure that as Spirit Island develops, they will be demoing parts of the game for you. And then every Friday at 7 p.m. is Dolphin's Dive with me. Hi! And I like to discuss the strategy behind the games that I play. And although I lost my first 3 games, at least you probably got some intel as to some of the workings behind Matriarch and how you can employ some good strategies against her. Because you don't always just want to leap to your best card against her. You kind of have to determine the best time to play certain, damage prevention cards. And determine the value of leaving fouls out versus taking them out immediately, only for them to come back and play immediately. Every Saturday at 8 p.m. is Pirate Savvy and Dover on Deck, where they are a brother and sister team, and they're fun to watch. Check them out. They play games between Sentinels Multiverse and One Deck Dungeon. Oh yeah, and they've been off for the past couple weeks. I keep forgetting that every single time I talk about this, but they should be back tomorrow. And yeah, so you do Sentinels and One Deck Dungeon. Have you done Aeon's End yet? I don't remember if you have or not, but check them out. They play lots of stuff together and they figure stuff out. And then every Sunday at 7 p.m. is Tales from the Archive with another Letdown, who does some storytelling, Sentinels mainly. I think he did One Deck Dungeon briefly, but primarily Sentinels storytelling. They did Aeon's End once, but they've been meaning to get back to it. Well, here's your motivation to get back to it. You should play it because Lou Dolphin just advertised you playing Aeon's End. And that was the end of Dolphin advertising. All right. Yeah, so we talked about the anniversary. We talked about the crowdfunding campaign. We talked about the streams on the channel. We talked about the games themselves. So I have nothing else to add. If you want to check out my personal channel, I have not been streaming too much recently, but you can check me out at twitch.tv/LouDolphin. You can also find my Twitter page, twitter.com/LouDolphin21. I'm not 100% active there either, but I do tweet there occasionally. At the very least, I do tweet when I go live. But I might try to scavenge up a stream this weekend if I can get caught up on my grading, which we had a test this week, so it's not actually too likely that I'll be caught up on grading, but we'll see. But all right, thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the anniversary this week. And again, check out the Sentinels free to play this week. All right, let's listen to Matriarch, because I love Matriarch's music. I've said this before, but it reminds me of Evanescence music. All right, have a good night, everyone. Good night.